Welcome. Today's class is all about the glutes. We are going to strengthen the glutes, but we're also going to release the glutes. I find that those two just have to go hand in hand for me personally. I feel if I train my glutes a lot and I don't take the time to release them and stretch them, I start getting sciatic stuff going on. And I am sure that a lot of you are in the same boat as me. So that's what we're going to do. Come to a comfortable seat. Just going to tune in, get the breath going. So sit up nice and tall. Start breathing through your nose. Feel your belly soften. Get that movement into your whole torso. So expansion as you inhale. And gentle contraction as you exhale. And blink your eyes open. And you're going to come onto all four. And start out by taking a few cat-cows, just waking the body up, add whatever needs to be added. So never be afraid of going a little weird here, going a little rogue. And you're just getting your body started, ready for movement. And come all the way back into a child's pose. And slowly roll up into a cat. And come into the cow. Neutral spine. I want you to lift your right leg up, knee is bent. What's important here is that the thigh is level with your torso and it's going to want to fall down. So I want you to have a little conversation with yourself as we do this exercise, because soon the leg is going to want to go down, because otherwise it's hard. So keep lifting, a little bit of engagement in your belly. You don't want this in the lower back. This is all about the leg. And you're going to start rotating your thigh bones, internal, external rotation. So you can see the lower leg kind of turns into a little windshield wiper. Keep lifting. So keep telling yourself, keep lifting that thigh. It's going to want to go down. Keep going. Keep lifting. Few more. Still reminding yourself to lift that leg. And then straighten the leg. Come down onto your left forearm and you're going to stack the hips. You might want to get up on the fingertips of that right hand. And then flex the foot, flex that right foot, and you're going to do these little pulses up. So pulse, 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 and you're just going to keep going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And let's count back down for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to center, back up onto all four. And you're going to lift the left leg up. And again, remind yourself to keep lifting. A little bit of engagement in your belly. Internal, external rotation of that thigh bone. Keep going. So what we're addressing at the moment is the glute medius, and that's kind of that side butt, which you can probably feel. Like, you don't have to tell us that, Nina. We can feel it. But yes, of course, you have more than just one glute muscle. We have the glute maximus, you have the glute medius, and a few others. It's not an anatomy lesson, so let's not get too nerdy. All right, straighten that leg. Come down onto the right forearm, stack the hips, maybe get up on the fingertips of that left hand. And again, you're going to pulse, 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 pulse. And you're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And we're going to count back down for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come back down, tuck your toes, and lift up. Lift your hips up and back, keep your knees nice and bent, so you're moving your belly towards your thighs. And then take a couple of rolls there, rolling forward into your plank pose, lower the hips, open up your chest, and roll back. And one more time. And roll back. And walk it out. Find your first down dog of the day. Nice little stretch going through your back body. And walk to the front of your mat. Come into a ragdoll forward fold. Keep a little bit of bend in your knees here, just hanging. This is all about softness. So you're letting gravity stretch and lengthen your back body. And then slowly roll up to standing. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And then take your feet about hip width apart, maybe a little wider. Toes slightly pointed out to the sides. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, lower down into a malasana, yogi squat. And we're going to come back up, but what I want you to really think about is as you come up, actively press the feet into the mat. And I know you mean, it's like, I'm already got my feet on the mat. I'm already pressing into the mat with my whole body weight. It's just that little bit of extra. Imagine you want to make a footprint in your floor. It's just going to get a little extra subtle engagement. So it does make a difference. So inhale, actively press your feet into the ground. Come all the way up, and you can feel your legs are engaging all the way up. When you do this, reach your arms up. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, come up, press those feet into the mat. And down. 3 more. Inhale, come up, and as you come all the way up to full extension, squeeze the butt. And come back down. And 2 more. And down. Last one. And down. Come into a forward fold. Toe heel your feet back together. Inhale, lengthen. Step back to plank pose. Move through your vinyasa. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Step forward, come into a lunge. Reach your arms up. And you're going to lower the knee almost down to the ground and back up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Half split. Flex that front foot, lengthen the spine. Remember, if you have super tight hamstring, you can always prop yourself up on blocks here. And put a little bend in that knee, that's okay too. And then start a little nerve floss, pointing and flexing that front foot. Again, often when we work on our glutes, we can get a little bit of sciatic annoyance. So it's good to add little things like this. Keep the sciatic nerve happy. And then bend the front knee. Step back to plank pose. Vinyasa. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Step forward, come into your lunge. And again, we're going to do 5 lunges. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Straighten that front leg. Half split. And again, you're going to point and flex the foot. And bend the front knee. Step back to plank pose. Vinyasa. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Step forward. Come into your lunge. And then we're going to open up into a warrior 2. Make sure both of your feet are active. So again, can you pretend you're making footprints into your floor? Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, half moon. You can always grab a block. If you need to hold on to something, that's totally okay. You're stacking the hips. I'm wobbling all over the place. And see if you can lift this lifted leg a little higher. And then you're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up there. Slowly come up to standing. Keep hovering your left leg. And you're going to come all the way into a one-legged chair pose. And then lift that leg. And you're going to come into Shiva squat. So take your left knee to the back of the right knee. Squat down. And back into that one-legged chair. And then lift up. Step back. Lower the back knee. Come into a lizard pose. Your version. You can be on your hands. You can be on your forearms. Whatever feels good here. Remember, lizard pose. Does not have to be stagnant. If it feels good to explore, go there. And then lift back up. Step back to plank pose. Vinyasa. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Step forward, come into your lunge. Open up into your warrior two. Again, nice active legs. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, half moon. See if you can lift that leg a little higher and then pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. And slowly come up. Long wobbly journey. Come into your one-legged chair. Shiva squat. Back to your one-legged chair. And step back to your lizard pose. Again, your version. Come back up. Step back to plank pose, Vinyasa. Inhale, lift your right leg up. And step forward, come into a pigeon pose. Sit up nice and tall first. Get that length in your front body. And soften. Yes, of course, paying attention to that right knee. It shouldn't cause you any pain whatsoever. If it does, it's time to back off. Sit up a little taller. Maybe put a block underneath that right sit bone. You might feel that nice little stretch going into your glutes here. And slowly sit up. You're going to lean over to your right sit bone. And you're going to swing this left leg forward and place the foot on the outside of your right thigh. And then take your left hand behind you. Exhale. Reach your right arm up and twist. Lord of the Fishes. Sit up nice and tall. And you can play with where you want to put your gaze. So either gaze over the left shoulder or maybe change the gaze to look forward. Whatever feels right for you today. And keep sitting up nice and tall, so make sure you're not just collapsing your spine. Also make sure you're not just leaning in to this left hand. You should be able to lift it off the ground. And try and ground both of your sit bones. And untwist. Take this left leg back. Step back to your downward facing dog. Get the fidgets out. And inhale, lift your left leg up. Come into your pigeon. Again, sit up nice and tall. Get that length going first. And soften. And remember, we tend to have a more open side and a tighter side. And respect that. So if this is your tighter side, well, you might not be going as deep as on the other side, and don't force that. That's okay. Slowly come back up. Sit up tall, lean over onto your left sit bone. Swing that right leg over. Place it to the outside of your left thigh. And again, sit up nice and tall. Ground your sit bones. Place your right fingertips behind you. Lift your left arm up. And exhale, twist. Still sitting up nice and tall. And again, you get to play with where you put your gaze. Remember, whenever we do twists like this, we use the breath. As we inhale, we lengthen. As we exhale, we deepen. Come back to center. And this time just unfurl yourself. Take your legs out in front. Shake it out. And then bend your knees, feet out in front. And you're going to take your right leg underneath the left, and you're going to walk your left foot over. And you might end up in a similar pose to where you just were. In case if this is tight for you, by all means, stay here, ground your sit bones, you're all good. But we're going to try and stack the knees, come into a cow face pose. So your feet are sticking out to the sides, and again, you're trying to ground your sit bones. And you can, of course, stay right here. Or you can take a forward fold. Try and keep grounding your sit bones. So what I like is, so when I get up on my fingertips and as I walk forward, I actively press the fingertips into the mat. So I kind of push myself back to ground my sit bones. I feel that gives a little bit more intense stretch coming into the hips and the glutes, and that's what we're looking for here. Come back up. Unfurl yourself, and you're going to come onto the other side. Same thing. You might notice that you might feel the pose needs to be different on this side. That's okay. So as always, if you're going to respect where the body is, it's okay. It's not exactly the same on both sides. Taking your time to come into the pose, so allow your body to release. Move into your fold if applicable. And come back up. Shake it out. And then come down onto your back. Bend your knees. Feet flat on the ground. And what you're going to do, you're going to cross your right ankle over your thighs. You're coming into the figure four. And then you're going to let both of your legs come over to the left. So that means that right foot comes flat down on the mat. And if you can grab that right ankle with your left hand. And then simply melt your right shoulder blade into the mat. Maybe take that right arm out to the side. Maybe even change your gaze over to the right. Feel that right side of your body lengthen. back to center. And you're going to change sides. So cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Let both your legs come over to the right. Grab your left ankle with your right hand. And then again, melt that left shoulder blade onto the mat. Take your arm out to the side and maybe change your gaze to go to the left. And come back to center. Hug your knees to your chest, curl into a little ball. And then release. Find your Shavasana. Relaxing. And of course, stay here as long as you need, which is probably longer than you think. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.